Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Go Live Together with Coffee and Tea. We are your host. I am Jeremy.
Eddie.
Scott from the Mustard Drill.
That's right. And we are coming at you from a remote location here in Manhattan, New York. And let me tell you, these experiences that I'm having is really knocking my brains out. I saw the Oasis of the Seas in the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal on the camera, but the camera is so far zoomed out that I didn't, it wouldn't do the show any justice. But I do see the Oasis, and guess who's going to be on there today? Have Luggage Will Travel. Mm-hmm. They were coming up to New York City, and they're going to be sailing out on her today. Speaking of today, weather. Oh, snap. The weather in Galveston is 83 degrees right now. They're going to go up to a high of 89 degrees today with 89% humidity and partly cloudy. So at least there is some shade that they're dealing with today. We thank God for those clouds. Let's see. Today's featured creators list, which you can find linked down in the description of this video, is, hang on, some more chats came in. First up is David Atkins. Next is KY Travelers. Next is In the Kitchen with Delightful Donna. Next up is Calling All Cruisers. COLIN, All Cruisers. Next up is Cody and Tink's Adventures. And finally, because it's Friday, we got to give you one more, is the 6 Traveling Shorts. So let's see. Looking at this day in history, Clarence Thomas was born in Georgia. And American singer and actress June Carter Cash was born on this day in 1929. Oh, yeah, and Clarence Thomas was born in 1948. I always forget the year whenever I'm reading these things. Let's see. Oh, and through these, little research things that I do for this day in history, I found out the second highest mountain in North America is Mount Logan. And on this day in 1925, an expedition under A.H. McCarthy and H.F. Lambert became the first to reach the summit of Mount Logan, the second highest mountain in North America. I didn't know the second. I always knew the first, because it's always the biggest and baddest thing. And in 1868, on this day, American inventor Christopher Latham Scholes and 2 others were granted a patent for a typewriter. So I thought that was kind of cool. The typewriter has came a very long way ever since then. I would like to welcome everybody into the show and also the replay. First up, we had Eddie Lugo Studios in the chat. Hello, good morning. The Mustard Drill has made it in. Hello, good morning. And,
I love that guy.
I know, right? And speaking of love, over here in New York City, they joined us for an interview and also a live stream. They gave us a double dose yesterday, so we got to give them a triple X. House of X Entertainment came up and joined us. We hung out at Times Square, and man, we had a blast. We had an absolute blast. Kathy Mills, good morning.
I'm gonna get you for that, Jeremy.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
I think they live in the Bronx, right?
Yeah. They came to join us over here, and we had the whole experience. The whole Times Square experience. We went and saw, the dancing naked cowboy.
Oh my God!
He plays the guitar. Yeah, we met him. Baby filmed him. And I think there might be a short coming out pretty soon. Yeah.
But we saw the naked women.
We saw the naked women down there, too.
They're patriotic.
Yeah, they got patriotic.
They're not really naked, right? Let's make that clear.
They're not naked. They're not butt naked, but they might as well be.
Yeah, they're body painted, right?
Body painted. Yeah. Body painted. We saw Bumblebee. We saw Minnie Mouse and them, but Spider-Man wasn't there.
And the police, we talked to the police about the people that
where they can and can't be.
Yeah,
they have green zones in Times Square where they have to stay.
Yeah,
and they can't solicit business from people, but that's not closely monitored as you would think. Yeah. You would have to walk up to them and request a photo from what the cop told us. The Cruising Chicks is minute in. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
The astute tourist is still woke and with us today. Hello, Jimmy. We caught his show. We were up so early this morning. Oh my goodness. The time's messing baby up bad. Jennifer from Embarkation Nation has made it in. Hello. And let's see. Joshua Gabriel has made it in. And he's from Queens also. So he's here in the city. And we are all caught up in the chat. Let's see. Oh, today is going to be a short episode because the whole reason why we're here in New York City is it's a wonderful thing going on. Our granddaughter is getting married today. So with that, I would like to use that as a segue into the first cruise news story that I have over here on my side. And then we'll get to Scott's cruise news here in a second. It says 25 years after hosting the first modern wedding at sea, Princess Cruises today unveiled an exciting new lineup of wedding packages and announced TV host and bridal designer Randy Finoli as brand ambassador for Love and Romance, a role which includes hosting a bridal show themed cruise in December 2023 and developing a signature wedding package exclusive to the Love Boat. New Princess Perfect weddings create unforgettable moments by offering packages tailored for couples seeking unique and romantic ways to say I do, including grand ceremonies in the Love Boat's picturesque piazza, as well as outside deck areas that offer breathtaking venues with stunning ocean views, providing a perfect backdrop for a romantic ceremony at a price significantly lower compared to land-based venues. So I thought that was kind of cool to be in the cruise news, considering that's the whole purpose as to why we're up here, And so, yeah, that's cool. Scott, do you have some other cruise news stories?
I do. Carnival issues clarification over guest embarkation confusion. Rumors have swirled online recently that Carnival Cruise Lines was removing the priority boarding benefit from VIFP guests as well as the Faster to the Fun benefit package. It says here the concern apparently began with confusion while embarking at, of all places, the port of Galveston, where Carnival Breeze, Carnival Dream, and Carnival Vista are currently home ported, with some priority guests reporting being sent to the back of the embarkation line when they arrived at the terminal, despite having priority printed on their boarding passes. It says here instead, guests have reported being told that they must adhere to their arrival time window they selected while checking in prior to the cruise. It says here, John Heald mentions that there seems to be some confusion on the wording we had online about the practice, and that allows priority guests to join the priority queue whenever they arrive, and this will be reworded in our online information and reiterated to the home port embarkation teams. Carnival's website states guests will only be allowed to check in during their pre-selected arrival appointment, but also clarifies that priority guests may board anytime between the earliest opening hour and the latest an hour before departure. So very interesting. And then moving on, Icon of the Seas returns to shipyard after acing first sea trial. Royal Caribbean International's newest cruise ship, Icon of the Seas, under construction at the Meyer Turku shipyard in Finland, has achieved another major milestone and has returned successfully from its first set of sea trials. Sea trials are an indispensable part of the shipbuilding process. Originally scheduled on June 16th, the trials were delayed due to challenging wind conditions. The ship departed on her trial a few days later on June 19th, with engineers testing ship systems. The tests involved evaluating speed, maneuverability, safety systems, propulsion, seaworthiness, and the navigational systems. Even noise and vibration levels were thoroughly checked. The shipyard said the following: Icon of the Seas has returned to the shipyard from her successful sea trials on Thursday. Work on Icon continues, and the next major event on Icon's road to delivery will be her second sea trial later this year. Icon's maiden voyage is scheduled for January 2024, when Icon will set sail from Miami for a week-long cruise in the Caribbean. So yeah, so it's pretty exciting news. Icon's coming along. Utopia announcement. You know, cats and dogs living together. It's Brave New World.
That's good news. That's good news. I'm still waiting on news from the Jubilee. You know, it's like everything is kept very, very quiet on the Jubilee.
We really haven't heard anything about Jubilee.
I know. Orange Cone Vlog has made it in. Good morning.
Hi, Ross.
Yeah, the Icon does look pretty cool. The Cruising Chicks just said, oh, thank you. Thank you. I knew I missed it. I have other cruise news stories. Explora Journeys, the luxury lifestyle hospitality brand of the MSC Group, announced the launch of an all-new luxury watch and jewelry retail offering on board Explorer 1 and Explorer 2, partnering with brands considered to be the most desirable and renowned for craftsmanship, reflecting Explora Journeys' European heritage and commitment to excellence. Cartier and Panerai watches, as well as Piaget's watch and jewelry store, will complement the retail offering of the Journey. The shopping area on board, each shop will have a spacious and elegant environment reflecting the design language of each of the brands through architecture and interior, and offering a world-class shopping experience. These retail outlets also come just weeks after Explorer Journeys would offer the first Rolex boutique at sea on Explorer 1 when it launches in July. And let's see, in another cruise news story, the Scenic Eclipse 2, the newly christened ultra-luxury discovery yacht from Scenic Luxury Cruises and Tours, marks its inaugural season in the Caribbean this fall with itineraries ranging from 3 to 11 days, giving North American guests the opportunity to enjoy a taste of what true luxury can be while sailing close to home. Built for global development and equally at home in Antarctica or the Mediterranean, Scenic Eclipse 2 will also sail in the Caribbean, where warm water amenities from custom swimming platforms to a host of water sports equipment to beach barbecues to 2 state-of-the-art helicopters and 8-guest submarine enable guests to enjoy the ship. And speaking of submarines, from what I understand, there is a news update on the submarine that went down to see the Titanic. I haven't confirmed any of these news stories, but the chatter is that it imploded upon itself. And unfortunately, those people lost their lives. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we'd like to shoot up a quick prayer for the families involved. And, you know, I don't know how many successful journeys that this thing has had, but it seems to me like the submarine might have missed a maintenance appointment.
Well, and they've been saying the design of it as well was questionable, and they were warned of that several times. Mm-hmm. David Prague, who's like a columnist and stuff like that. I actually met him once because I attend one of his seminars in San Francisco years ago, and I had some great conversations with him. He mentioned that when he was on the submarine several years ago and there were issues, the company that runs it actually shut down their internet access so that they couldn't tweet about it.
Okay.
So, you know, you take all of that for what it is, but, you know, so, yeah.
And let's see who else has made it into the chat so far. Lily Tittle has made it in. Good morning. And Aaron Worsta has made it in. Hello, and welcome to the morning show. The Astute Taurus asked a question. He says, I am interested in MSC Cruises. Do you guys have any thoughts or comments on this cruise line? I'm going to hand this one to you, Scott, because I've only been looking at cruises for MSC.
I think MSC is a great cruise line. I think it's very similar their ships and the way they do things is very similar to Royal Caribbean, although definitely unique enough. Like they're bringing like an Italian, European kind of vibe and feel and atmosphere to the U.S. market to try to, offer a unique experience in the U.S. market. And it was the inspiration for Carnival getting some of their Costa ships and doing this whole Italian style cruising to try to compete with it. It's beautiful ships, really great, but conceptually exactly the same as every other cruise ship. Very itinerant. The itinerary is, a day on an MSC cruise ship goes by exactly like a day on any other cruise ship. You're going to have breakfast, and on a sea day, people are going to be laying around. On a port day, you're going, everything is going to go. At night, there's going to be dinner and a show and this and that, and everything is going to be the same. So. Definitely, I recommend it. Definitely worth checking out, especially right now while they're keeping prices lower.
Right. And to add to what Scott just said, I know that we are seriously considering being on the inaugural sailing on the MSC World America. I know that that's going to be a great cruise right there. And also, MSC is the only cruise line that does status match. In other words, if you have status on another cruise line, what you would do prior to booking your cruise is submit a request for a status match. And we went through some of the the levels that that they will honor, but the bottom line is pretty much if you're diamond on Carnival or diamond on other cruise lines, they will put you in diamond status on MSC. Gold members such as me, they would go into the gold. Even if you're platinum on Carnival, you're still going in gold on MSC, but you get benefits with that. So, if you've been racking up, loyalty points with another cruise line, or even some of the hotels, Hilton, and there's some other hotels also.
Marriott, IHG.
Yep. They'll status match you, and they're the only cruise line also that is not publicly traded.
Correct.
I do.
So the only thing to note to the status match on MSC is you must then sail once every 36 months in order to keep that status. If you do not, you will lose the status and they will not status match you again. It is a one-time deal. One-time deal. And House of X Entertainment has a comment for both you and your bride in there getting ready. It says, please tell grandson and granddaughter, congratulations. They have our blessing. So yeah, it's a big day for them,
It's a real big day.
Yep.
Now, speaking of status match, I know that Sherry from Destination Fun had talked about this a while ago about status match between Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, and I thought it was a great time to clarify that. Since Celebrity is owned by Royal Caribbean, Celebrity has its own loyalty program called the Captain's Club. So if you're in Royal Caribbean's Crown and Anchor Society, you can note that you can make that known to Celebrity, and what Celebrity will do is they won't status match you like MSC does, where MSC actually makes you that status in their loyalty club. But what they do, what Celebrity will do for Royal Caribbean guests is they will give you the equivalent perks, whatever the equivalent loyalty level is in their Captain's Club from Crown and Anchor. They will give you the same perks, but they will not make you that level in the Captain's Club. You will not get that status in the Captain's Club. You'll just get the equivalent perks for that one cruise, like for each cruise. But they will not bring you in at that level in Captain's Club. So it is slightly different. So maybe since you're going to get the same perks, maybe it doesn't matter, but it is a hoop that you have to go through every time because you have to let them know every time.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah, this is what I am in Crown and Anchor. So, and then they have to do all that. So,
okay.
Yep.
Sea Tripping with Kim and Scott has made it in. Good morning. Let's see. Okay, Orange Cone Vlog has a comment here. It says concierge class yacht club is quite affordable, and you can get into the class for the cost of a standard balcony on a royal ship.
Yeah.
And we are, we're MSC prices are really attractive.
Mhm.
They really are. They're staying super competitive, and and when they list the price, it's per cabin. I love that too. Whenever you're in the booking engine, and they just make it so easy.
Yes.
Nothing is easier than GoCCL, the Carnival booking engine. I love Carnival's booking engine, but MSC is easy also, mainly because of the price per cabin is listed instead of price per person.
Right.
So that's one thing I really like about their booking engine. Let's see.
Hey, Cruise Vet.
Cruise Vet's in the house. Good morning. Oh, okay. The astute tourist says, I understand that MSC has cigar bars, and that's a draw for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's drawing him in. So, yeah, check out MSC. And let's see. Orange Cone Vlog says, I found out that they will status match me with my million-mile status on United Airlines as Diamond with MSC. Okay, so that's nice. Start collecting your miles. Start claiming your miles. All these flights that I've been taking, the only club that I've joined so far is American Airlines. I still got to join Delta while we're here. That way I can go ahead and claim the miles that we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I never understood miles and how they work, but I also found out that you can pay for bags with miles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unless somebody shows you the benefit of joining a club, it's kind of you're kind of apprehensive about doing it at first, because now everybody has your email address and you're going to receive emails because of it. Bone Tired Travelers has made it in. Good morning. Yeah, that's the only thing.
I spent a lot of time trying to find a sound effect for Bone Tired Travelers, and I have not found it yet, but I haven't given up.
Keep working on it. Keep working on it. I know that you'll be able to find one. Let's see. There was a lot of cruise news today. In addition to the wedding one, I saw another one, Holland America Line. Let's see. It's expanding its reputation for immersive travel experiences. Holland America Line has started operating National Geographic Day tours that allow guests to connect more deeply and in a more sustainable way with destinations in the Mediterranean. The exclusive shore excursions were developed with National Geographic, a world leader in geography, cartography, and exploration. Beginning this summer, guests sailing on Oosterdam and Nieuw-Statendam can participate in National Geographic Day tours that allow them to discover powerful female figures in Kudasi, Turkey, experience a day in the life of a marine biologist in Naples, Italy, learn about organic honeybee farms in Rhodes, Greece, and meet local families in Santorini, Greece. Each tour is led by a National Geographic trained guide. So I thought that was kind of cool to read for this morning. We love National Geographic. Let's see. Okay, everybody is caught up in the chat. We are good. So, Eddie, you got I went down to the breakfast stand this morning, and I got my coffee. Okay. And then I ordered what was called, you had recommended yesterday, a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. Okay, so that's what I got. Okay, I asked for that and coffee with cream and sugar, just simple, right? Okay, there was 2 people ahead of me. Homeboy took all 3 orders, fixed all 3 orders, and he told me $7. I'm like, okay, cool. He got them 2 out of the way. I walk up, I give him the $7. He hands me a bag in my hand. It's got some weight to it, but I'm naive about all of this stuff and how it works. So I'm standing there like a big dummy waiting on my coffee, and something told me just look in the bag. So I look in there, and the coffee's in the bag with my sandwich already in my hand, and I'm standing there looking crazy for another New York minute. So yeah, and our granddaughter said that was very Southern of you, Jeremy. I said, yeah, I know, because I'm used to waiting. I'm so used to waiting on everything. You know, it's really slow from where we are. But then again, everybody's on island time, and I'm staying on island time. You know, because it's much more relaxing that way.
That's why I said there's a term in a New York minute,
New York minute.
because everything is fast.
Oh, baby, they're asking about you in the chat. They say, "How is your lady?"
Tell them I saw a dead rat. A rat big like a pigeon yesterday.
Yeah, it was huge. It was a dead rat on the sidewalk. Pay attention to the upcoming vlogs because I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. It'll be a vlog feature.
I saw a dead groundhog out here last night.
Yeah, we saw a groundhog. Althea Taylor, welcome into the chat and the morning shenanigans. I'm up here in New York, lost. Lost in New York should have been, they should have featured me on this video. I'm telling you. I didn't necessarily get lost, but the lifestyle, it's losing me. I can't keep up. And let me see. Okay. Yeah, Eddie, do you you got a secret that you wanted to share with everybody?
That's right. And it's that secret will be out October 28, 2024 out of Tampa, Florida, hanging out on the Carnival Paradise for a 6-day cruise. We're going to go to Key West, Montego Bay, in Grand Cayman. The Carnival Paradise, did I say? Yes. You want more info? Please contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com for more information. You can set aside your cabin with the $25 refundable just to set up your spot. Doesn't mean that you have a cabin, but once you do your deposit on your cabin, by May 2024, you have your cabin. Just pay it off by July 2024. You got a whole year ahead of you to plan this out. There's plenty of creators coming along with this on this cruise. Please be part of it. Come along. Let's get together. Let's have a great time. It's going to be during Halloween. There will be a contest that I heard that the House of X is coming. And they're coming in the cruise with us. Forget about it. They're going to take over. So be ready for it. If you bring it, you better bring it.
Oh,
and
I know.
There's also a Facebook group managed by Mike and Rihanna Ventures. Please check out our Facebook group. Join it. It's free. You get to see some follow-ups and new things that are going on with the cruise, and new activities and everything else will be on the cruise. Please come over and join and get in touch with Bruce and get it together and let's go. It's almost here.
Booze Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios, out of Tampa, Florida. Port of Calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
They could have let that song ride for a little while longer. I would not have been mad. Together We Travel, Nettie and JT has made it into the chat, and the Bud Files has made it in. Good morning.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah, Cruise Vet, that's going to be tough. Drink you a Gatorade before going out there because you're going to need it. He says, not looking forward to cutting my grass later today in this Texas heat. And believe me, I am enjoying this New York weather. Today, like right now, it's 65 degrees.
Nice.
In June. You hear me?
Yes.
In June. And it's like we flew north for the summer. I understand how birds feel. It's like, hey, we're
now you know why. Now you know why I had the heat on in my house in Pennsylvania, like in early June.
Know, man.
Right? It's been cold this year. So.
Oh snap! I miss your favorite couple has joined us this morning. Hello, welcome in.
Tell him how you got woke up this morning shivering.
Oh yeah, I got. We ran the air conditioner last night, and I was shivering real bad. So I had to cut it off in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I'm getting the full treatment, y'all. Eddie Lugo, do you have the lineup for the remainder of the day?
Yes, sir. And coming up, following us at 10 a.m. Eastern times will be the Seashore Cruise Fun, followed by 1 p.m. Eastern, Roy and Becky's Travels. It will be the kickoff for the Ray Parade beginning at 2 p.m., which we'll have a live after the Ray Parade around 3:30 this afternoon. We're gonna get together and talk about those premieres that we just had and have a discussion about it. Hopefully, I get someone to come in the panel from that group of creators so we could talk more about their premiere. Following it at 8 p.m. tonight Eastern will be the Back Row Freedom and Abba Porterfield and Friends. And closing the night at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight will be the Down Under Cruisers, all the way from Australia, and also with Helping Hands for Cruising. It's two creators together live. So please come along and follow that. And I also be live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern with my own After Dark. Eddie Lugo Studios will be on tonight with my club. So looking forward to see everybody.
Boom, boom. Okay, now Scott has a question for everybody in the panel and also the chat. It says, "Is it okay to buy priority or earn it?"
Yeah. So again, let me just kind of drill down on it a little bit, and it's still like Faster to the Fun, or on Royal Caribbean it's called the Key. So it's kind of like, how do you feel about people being able to buy this priority versus, or do you think that that cruise line should stop doing that, and that it really should be a perk of loyalty that you earn? And my opinion is the latter. It should really be a perk that you earn, and that the cruise line should not be selling it. I mean, I realize the cruise line's always looking for a new revenue source and stuff, but at the same time, it kind of just says we don't care that you've been loyal to us and that you've, been here, and therefore that um, you know, that perk doesn't mean as much if somebody can just buy it. And it's it really kind of irritates me a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yep. Eddie?
I will agree with him. I will agree that it should definitely be a perk that you get, depending on how long you've been around and how much you cruise also. So, yeah, definitely.
Okay. We have the same sentiment. We cruised during the restart, and Faster to the Fun, as a lot of people know, was not available. So and it was really a refreshing thing whenever I printed our documents and our luggage tags. Our boarding pass and luggage tags both had priority written on it. We earned it. We finally made it, and it's a good feeling to finally have earned it versus paying for it. I mean, hey, that's business. I understand, that's business, but that it's a fine line, if you will. You either love it or you hate it, or don't really know about it. So yeah, that we are all agreeing here. Let's see. Cruise Vet Adventures has chimed in on it so far. I'm okay with it. The Key doesn't really get you the same perks. You still can't board until your scheduled time. You don't get access to the Diamond Lounge. So yeah,
no, you don't, but you do get priority, with the Key. You get priority boarding, you get priority tender access wherever that is, you get priority debarkation in ports, on port days and stuff like that. You do get some things with the Key. I think the Key also comes with like internet access or something like that too, right? But it's just like, it's kind of like not, it's just that I just don't understand why the cruise lines, I mean, out of all the revenue sources that they could generate, I just don't understand why they would do things like that, essentially cheapen and remove the kind of like the thank you for being loyalty aspect of being loyal.
Right.
Right. It irritates me. So.
Yep. And then again, whenever we did get priority, we were like 20th in line. Okay. And we just walked straight through the Diamond Lounge, the Diamond and Platinum Lounge, and went straight up the escalator. So it's like, yeah, it's cool to get on the ship first, but if you got a lot of carry-on stuff that you have with you, you still got to carry this stuff around, because guess what? Everybody's room ain't going to be ready until 1 or 1:30.
Exactly. Right. So like my wife and I, we have a big disagreement about when to get on the ship. Like I said, she wants on like the day before, and I want, and me, I'm like, listen, so for me, it's the equivalent of hurry up and wait.
Yes.
Right. So it's like the room's not going to be available, and I'm not schlepping all this stuff around the ship. I'm just wandering around the ship. I'm not doing it.
I got to reuse that one.
So, I'm just not doing it. So I'm like, let's get on closer. I compromised. Room's not ready till like 1:30. I say, let's do the 12 to 12:30 window.
Let's do noon. Yeah, that's my sentiment. Exactly. Because by the time you make it through the terminal, through security, go to muster, get you something to eat, maybe get a drink in your hand, enjoy the ambiance. Next thing you know, rooms are ready. So it's like, I know that Carnival offers the first person on the ship a free drink from Red Frog Pub as long as you can make it down there first.
Oh, wow.
That's like the only perk that I've heard of getting on the ship first.
Yeah.
It's like you can go get you a drink. Okay, well, in Galveston, that makes a big difference, because guess what? Your drink package is not kicking in until the next day. So, you could possibly be the first person to check in as long as you got fast hands and a fast internet signal. But I don't know, man. And you also got to be down at the port first, which in Galveston is quite challenging.
Yeah.
Well, for some people, right?
Yeah.
Some people only live a couple of minutes away.
We're not even there first. We're running the punch list at the house. I'm shutting everything down, and I think it makes us kind of lazy living in a big city. We can make it there in 10 minutes. That's not a lie. Yeah. And with my newfound wisdom, why don't we just take a lift down to the port instead of paying the $100-something for parking like we do every time? Wow. It never occurred to me. Take a cab, take a lift. Never did. I'm a Southerner, so we have to have our vehicles in our hands at all times. It's like I'm not used to this taking public transportation stuff everywhere. So that was my mentality at first. But Elizabeth says, except when we have reservations to be made, then we need to get on early. There it is.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Good morning, Elizabeth. And Mike and Rihanna's Adventures has made it into the chat. Good morning.
What did Elizabeth say?
Oh, she said, except when we have reservations to be made, then we need to get on early. I think she's talking about, Royal, you have to schedule everything like
so what she's talking about is when for Royal Caribbean, you have to make the reservations once you get on board.
Right.
So, and it's a first comes, first serve. So she's like, we got to get on early or all the good times will be gone.
Right.
Yep.
That's agreeable. I could see that. I could see that.
I see her point.
If you're a show person, or especially the Aqua Theater, do you have to make reservations for the Aqua Theater?
I honestly don't. I don't think so.
Because that's a show I really want to catch.
I mean, I think you can, but you don't have to. But I think you can. And I think if you're like, for us, like we're Diamond, so like we get like first dibs on it anyway.
Okay.
On reservations at the Aqua Theater. So, because they'll be like Diamond Plus, and or Pinnacle actually gets in first, and then everybody else can get in to the Aqua
that'll
Theater.
work. That will work.
And then a couple of times we actually got an invitation to a special show at the Aqua Theater, and we got that because we were Diamond.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, that dog will hunt. Okay.
Maybe since I'm handicapped, I get to go in right after you call it Pinnacle and Norwegian is the Haven.
Mhm.
They go in first, then Imperial Accessible go after, and then the first group.
Mhm.
I've been very lucky that to do that with Norwegian every time.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, like, and the loyalty programs, they're not exactly in sync with each other either, right? Like, for instance, 200 nights gets you the top loyalty on Carnival, right?
Mhm.
But top loyalty on Royal Caribbean requires 750 nights.
Ouch.
Whoa.
That's Pinnacle. Pinnacle's 750 nights. Like, who the heck is making that?
They got him.
I know somebody.
They got
Yeah, I
him.
mean, there are a lot of Pinnacle people, don't get me wrong, right? But it's like, it's not the masses are not making 750 nights.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So
There was a lady on the Celebration. How many days at sea? 900 and something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
right.
Wow.
This is a baby girl that
Oh yeah, it was a little 2-year-old a 2-year-old girl that was platinum already. Oh, okay. Elizabeth is talking about dinner reservations because they have
Right.
the ultimate dining.
Right. That's what she's talking about. So you have to get on to make the reservations or all the slots are taken up.
That makes
So,
sense. That makes sense. Okay. It does because food is important. Let's see.
But that's only if you're making reservations at the specialty restaurant.
Ooh,
If you're not
cruise-
doing that, then who cares?
Cruise Vet Adventure says I'll be diamond next year, so I'm looking forward to the drink vouchers and whatever else comes with it.
Yeah, but the other thing, that's the other nice thing. That's about the only positive thing I think that came from the pandemic on Royal Caribbean was you used to be able to go to the Diamond Lounge and drink as much as you want for 3 hours a day, from 5
Okay.
o'clock to 8 o'clock every day. You could go to the Diamond Lounge, and the waiters and stuff in the Diamond Lounge would just bring you drinks nonstop, right? So
Oh,
people
wow.
you would see people sitting around in there with like 5 drinks in front of them, right? It was crazy. So then what happened was when the pandemic came, they said, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to give everybody a certain amount of drinks. So Diamond gets 4 drinks a day, Diamond Plus gets 5 drinks a day, and Pinnacle gets 6 drinks a day or something like that or whatever. So that is the nice thing now. You get those vouchers. And instead of being able to use them just between 5 and 8, you can use them all day, all night.
Cool. Well, the bride is ready. So we're going to go ahead and cut the show short here.
let them handle it.
And wait, I just blanked out for a second. Thank you guys so much for coming in to Go Live Together with Coffee and Tea. We thank all, I know at its peak we had 25 viewers today. We thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for spending your morning with us. Everybody take care of each other out there. Hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you.
Bye.
And good morning.
Want me to put you on some makeup?